What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And today I'm going to be showing you some updated Spider-Man Far From Home minifigures. I did a video on some custom ones a month ago, or like almost a month ago, a few weeks ago at this point, like 3 weeks ago. But I decided to do some updates, and since I was making the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer in Lego, I wanted to show you these designs, because I was like, okay, they can see what designs I used in the trailer, and you can, but in some shots they're a little hard to make out, so I'm going to show them all to you in this video. So get buckled up because this will be a long one. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures to show you. Peter Parker, Michelle, Flash Thompson, Ned Leeds, Betty Brant, Happy Hogan, Nick Fury, the stealth suit, his regular suit in the film, and Mysterio. So let's get into this with Peter Parker. Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please. Try saying that 5 times fast. That's really hard to say. But, the torso is the same from the Harry Potter minifigure from the 2018 sets. Khaki pants, Marty McFly face, but then I gave him this hairpiece from Jacob Kowalski from Fantastic Beasts. In my original video, I used the, what's his name? Steve Trevor hair from Wonder Woman, but there's a lot more shots in the trailer when his hair looks like this, but in some shots his hair does look like that, but for most of the shots it looks like this, so that's all I changed for Peter. Then for Michelle, or MJ as they call her, I used the same face and hair, the Wonder Woman hair and the Barbara Gordon face from the Lego Batman movie CMF series. The first one, that is. I gave her these hands from Serafina Pickery because they match with the head. And the torso and legs are from Nia from the Lego Ninjago movie. Just wanted to give you an alternate version than that one in the dress from the opera scene in the trailer that I used for my last video. So this is like an alternate version of her. Then next up we have Flash Thompson from Spider-Man Far From Home. And he has more facial hair than in the first one, and I couldn't figure out a good face to use. And credits to the face goes to Legendary Bricks Animation. He did a Lego Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, and when I was making mine, I didn't know what face to use. And then he used Wong's face from the Avengers Infinity War Bricktober pack, and that looks great, so I used that face. You'll see I used that design in the trailer as well. I used the same hands from that figure. I used the hair from Bruce Banner from Avengers Infinity War or Thor Ragnarok. I just think it really looks like his hair in that scene when he's like, "Sup, loser?" And he thumbs up. And then the torso is from Knight Rider from Knight Rider. What's his name? David Hasselhoff. I don't know the character's name. I don't know Knight Rider. But it also comes in the Spider-Man Homecoming Bank Heist set, which is where I got mine. And then just plain black legs. So that's how I made Flash Thompson. Then next up we have Ned Leeds, and I've changed this design. In the first one I used this torso, which actually still looks good for when he's wearing his Hawaiian shirt. But at the end of the trailer, when they're watching like the news footage, the live cam footage where it shows Mysterio fighting Hydro Man or whatever his name is, the Elemental. So the legs I still used were the J legs from the Lego Ninjago movie. Face and hands are still Dean Thomas, but the hair I used is from Professor Flitwick. I don't know why I used that other hairpiece in the first video. I guess I just thought it looked good, but this hair is so much better. So I used this hairpiece from Flitwick. And then I used the torso from Neville from the Harry Potter CMF series, Neville Longbottom, that is. And it just looks really good for his like suit or like his shirt he's wearing in that scene when they're watching the live cam footage on TV. So that's just a very minor change, just a different variant. A lot of these are just different variants. Then next up we have Betty Brant, who was kind of like the school news show in the first movie when they had that really bad news show in the first Spider-Man Homecoming movie. So this is Betty Brant, and it looks like she and Ned are dating in this movie, from what I can tell in the trailers. So the face I used is from Hermione from the old Harry Potter sets. I got mine from the Dimensions pack. The hair I used is from Elizabeth Swann from Pirates of the Caribbean. I also used it for my custom Scarlet Witch from Infinity War. And then the torso and legs are from Umbridge. Nothing changed there. Umbridge from the Harry Potter Bricktober pack. That's how I designed mine. Some people have been using Luna Lovegood's like hair and torso and such, but I didn't really like that. I like this design much more. So that's how I made Betty Brant. Next up we have Happy Hogan, and my design is much different. This is based off that one shot where he's telling him, "You're all alone, your friends are in trouble, what are you going to do about it?" So the torso I got is, he's wearing a suit, and it's black, and I was going to use, like, I couldn't find any better one. I didn't think I had any better than the Jacob Kowalski one, so I was going to use that, but he has a black suit. And I know this isn't accurate with the Gryffindor tie, but this is from Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter CMF series. He just kind of has his suit like very wide open with his tie looking kind of messy in the trailer, and it kind of covers up that Gryffindor logo there. If you want, you can use mini superheroes today's eraser technique to get rid of that. But I just think this looks really good for that suit in that shot. And then the head is from Aragorn from the Lord of the Rings sets. You could use the Cassian Andor head from Rogue One, which is Diego Luna's character from that film, and that actually does look really good, but I don't have that head, so I use Aragorn's, and then the hair I used is the thin hair in dark brown, which I got from Dean Thomas, and you can get it in from, like, that Gladiator from one of the minifigure series. It isn't entirely accurate, and I would probably use the same hair I used for Peter, but the problem is I used that for Mysterio, and then Happy Hogan and Mysterio would look the same, because I used the Aragorn face for Mysterio as well. So I just used this hairpiece to mix it up. So that's how I made Happy Hogan. Next up we have Nick Fury. Now, I don't have any of the old Nick Fury minifigures, so I designed this figure differently than most people. I got a regular Star Wars Rebel Trooper head and Sharpied a beard and eye patch on, as you can see. So I Sharpied the eye patch going onto his forehead and around his head to the side, and then I Sharpied the beard there. And the torso I got is from, like, the Imperial officer from Star Wars, one of the Imperial officers, and, with, just brown hands, and then I got the Darth Vader legs, and that's how I made Nick Fury. Then next up we have the stealth suit, and a lot of people loved this design from my first video, and I do really like this design. I gave him the Agent backpack from Series 16 or Series 15 because it just gives him a little bit of bulk that I like. The Bucky Barnes torso from Civil War flipped around. The Black Widow legs or the Hawkeye legs or the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Star-Lord legs. They come in a lot of figures with the straps and stuff. Then the Ultron helmet over top of the Magneto Mighty Micro's head. But in that video, I used my painted Black Widow arms, and to give you guys a more widely available arm choice, and I used this in my trailer as well, I used the War Machine arms from Avengers Infinity War in the Bricktober pack. I just really like those. They're black, but they have a little bit of detail. And like something nice is like it says like 004 on it from the Mark IV War Machine suit. But if you count the homemade suit, the Stark Tech suit from the first film, and the suit he's getting in this film, the whatever it is, the black and red suit, this is technically his fourth suit. So, technically the Iron Spider. So this would be the Mark V, but I'm kind of stretching here, so it kind of works for the Mark IV suit. Because he had his homemade suit, he had the Stark Tech suit from Homecoming, he had the Iron Spider suit, and then that one. So if he gets this suit first, then it would be the Mark IV, but then if he gets that suit, then that would be the Mark V Iron Man or Spider-Man suit. See what I'm going for here? But anyway, just a funny little detail I thought was cool. So I used the War Machine arms for Infinity War from the Bricktober pack. I know that set isn't entirely super common, but I've been noticing more people getting it, so those are the arms I used for a more widely available option instead of my custom painted arms. I just wanted to give you guys a better option. Then the black and red suit is exactly the same from my original video, but that one you could still see some black spots showing. So I just I went over it again with the Sharpie to kind of make sure I got all of the areas that were blue, black. As you can see, I went in between the legs there. It was pretty tedious, but I'm just really happy with how this design turned out. So exactly the same as the last video, just being more, just went over it more thoroughly with the Sharpie. Then we have Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal's character in Spider-Man Far From Home. And this design is pretty much exactly the same as most people's design. I used this hairpiece from Peter Parker, I used it on my custom Peter Parker, but it also comes on Jacob Kowalski from the Fantastic Beasts series, Fantastic Beasts Lego sets, or the minifigure series. I gave him the Aragorn face once again, just like I said. The face that they used for, I think Mini Superheroes Today used it for his custom Mysterio, the Cassian Andor head from Rogue One. That face definitely looks better. I said that's what they used for Happy Hogan, but it's actually what they used for Mysterio. Looks better, so if you have that, use that, but I don't have that, and I think the Aragorn head looks pretty good for him. Then the cape is just a plain dark red cape. The torso is from the Atlantean Guard from the Justice League sets, with dark green arms, which are kind of... I don't have a ton of them in my collection, surprisingly, so I got them from the Boggart Snape. Just plain gold hands, which you can get on a lot of figures, C-3PO and such. And the legs I used were actually different. They're from the, what's his name? El Dorado, from the, Lego Batman minifigure series 2, I think. Or no, from the Justice League Anniversary Party. Sorry, from that set. And I know it's yellow, not gold, but as you can see, it kind of, like, matches that design, kind of, like, with a point there that kind of, you can imagine lining up with the torso, going downward. So the red boots maybe aren't entirely accurate, but I just really like that design, and I think it matches up with the torso well. And then for his, like, mask or whatever, his, like, globe, his dome head, I got the Iron Man Mark 47 head, the blue one, and then just put the, this dome piece on top. And with the crinkly cape, it's kind of hard to, that's what I like to call it, the crinkly cape. It's kind of hard to stick it down, so if you want, you can use the more soft cape, the softer cloth, kind of spongy cape material, if you want it to stick down better. But that's how I designed Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home. So you will be seeing all these designs in my Spider-Man Far From Home trailer coming out soon. All I have to do is add in a few mouth movements and a little bit of editing, and then it will be done, and I will post it. So I'm expecting it maybe this weekend or on Monday or something, but it's coming soon. So yeah, I just wanted to show you these updated and new designs for my Spider-Man Far From Home minifigures. So you guys let me know what you thought of my custom Spider-Man Far From Home minifigures, and some of them being updates and different variants from my original video. So you guys let me know what you thought of my custom Spider-Man Far From Home minifigures and what you thought of the video in the comments as well. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.